It's been a while since we've had an update, but we've been working hard on a lot of new products, and I'm going to go over of a general outline of what we've been working on recently, minus information regarding two of our new kits that'll come at a later date. We're experimenting with this format, and if you would like to see more updates in this fashion, please leave a comment below. So, starting off, we have three new lines coming up. So we have a core, which is going to be your performance parts, internals, things like that. It's going to be replacing Unleashed Solid and previous kits. And the wacky line is like swag, promotional stuff, things to help you get immersed in the game and enhance your gameplay. And we're going to revamp the Orange Workshop with parts and services aimed at custom builders. So these are the guys who don't really want to just buy a kit and drop it in, but really want to get involved in their own mods, and we want to help out that community. So with core, we're going to have full internal kits like we've always had. They'll be very similar to what you come to think about when you think of Orange ModWorks. And same with the springs. It's springs. It'll be simplified. We're going to have to try and make it easier for people to see which springs are compatible, better installation videos, that kind of thing. And then the darts. We're currently working on two full internal systems, and look for those in spring of 2018. More information on that later. We're not going to cover that here. The difference between core and the mod kit stuff is that there's going to be no kits. We're just going to have, well, they're kits, but it's not like stage 1 and 2. It's just going to be one kit for a blaster, and it'll just have everything you need. We're not really going to split that up anymore. So, and aside from the normal durability and power, we're focusing a lot more on the seals, the efficiency of the springs, and we're going to dabble into having better accuracy with aftermarket and stock darts. That's a tricky one, but we're working on it. And the new springs are going to be really great. More on that in the next couple slides. Darts, we're working on performance and accuracy, but there's still a lot of experimentation that we have to do with darts right now. So the spring series, we're going to have the core springs, which are the springs everyone knows and loves. They'll be compatible with a huge variety of blasters. Now with all the new internal plunger blasters, it's spring compatibility is really easy to cater to. So the overload stuff is, these are the springs that could potentially wreck your blaster. So this is the more, if you're doing custom builds, home built stuff, we're going to try and have springs that are still close to stock dimensions, but are really a cut above what you would normally want to use. So bringing us to the overload stuff, 12 kilogram spring for the Retaliator / Recon Mark II. It's in the same form factor as a Recon or Retaliator spring, but it's 12 kilograms. And I mean, it's actually, that is the maximum, I mean, not the maximum load, but that is the normal load for this spring. It's like 12.43 kilograms. And then we move on to the overload for the long shot at 14 kilograms, which comes out, it's 14.36 kilograms, I believe. And it is fantastic. This is the spring you're going to want for your long shots. Now moving on to the 20, it's kind of ridiculous. It's actually 20 kilograms, which works out to like 40 pounds of force. So not for your everyday build, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. So moving on. Oh yeah, here's the actual data for the springs. So we're breaking it down with the data. We had we've been chasing faster springs, wanting to get faster and faster. So what ends up happening is these springs with very high spring constants tend to deform, and we've had to like walk that fine line. So 5% or less than 5% deformity once it gets broken in. So there's the max compression load, and here's the data, or yeah, just for that one. Long shot 20 kilogram. The other data will come out on the website. Let's see. So, the wacky line. This is totally new. This is sort of like an idea we just kicked around and thought it was fun. It's promotional stuff, sort of like swag you can throw on your blasters, apparel, gear. So we have these. I don't know, at NVZ a couple years ago, we had this idea for the people who went to the convention, and we're going to expand on that and make like little zombies and stuff to go on your blasters. And patches. So morale patches. This is the first line of them, and for the first couple designs. So we have like the blaster emblem, squad patches, and faction patches. They're all Velcro backed. The blaster emblems will have a little adhesive Velcro, so you can put that on your blasters. These will be coming out late spring 2018, so keep an eye out for those. They're really awesome. They're just, flexible PVC patches, and with the Velcro backing, you can stick them everywhere. If you have like LBE gear for some of the more like serious HVZ players and stuff, it'll fit right in. So the next is under Wacky is this wrap. It's kind of like one of those tubular wraps. You can wear it as like a do-rag or a bandana. Cover your face, wristband, hair tie. Super modular. These are pretty exciting. They're really awesome. And they have human and zombie on each side. So it's all reversible. It's a tube, kind of like those buff wraps. So here's some examples of how they can be worn. So, they can be turned into an armband, red, and they can be worn however you want, blue. So it'll fit right in. And this is the RP gear, role-playing gear. It's kind of like a temporary tattoo. They last, we've been playing with these, they're really fun. They'll stay on for like 12 hours, but if you don't wash the area, you can rock these things for days. So if you have like a week-long game, you can just keep it on. But if you want them off, it comes off real fast with dish soap, just, normal soap. And so, workshop. You may have seen this in the past where you had like people uploading 3D printed parts, and I put a couple designs on there for necking down Mega Blasters to Elite Darts. So now we're going to have not only 3D printing services, but we're going to sell individual parts. So people who wanted like just a plunger rod from a Retaliator Stage 2 kit because you want it for a home build, you can get it here. That kind of stuff. It's just one-off parts of what used to be in kits. So if you don't want to get the whole kit, or you just busted a bolt sled doing something crazy, you can come here. And we'll have some hardware. And by hardware, I mean like barrels. Right now it's just for the long shot, but barrels and plunger bodies. Well, I guess the barrels could be used for anything. It's similar to 1732 brass. Oh, that picture's upside down, but here we can see, let me bring the mouse in. So this outer body we've had custom made for us, and the clear part here, this back section of the breech, those are 3D printed. This chamber is 3D printed, and you can sort of see it in there. That's a custom fabricated aluminum barrel. The plunger head here is also 3D printed, because the stock plunger heads will not fit in these tubes. They're much wider, or they're a little bit wider internal diameter, ton of air volume, and massive performance. That's one of the prototype 20 kg springs there, and the spring cap is just 3D printed on a regular FDM printer. Let me see. Next, okay, yeah. So this is what I've been playing with for the past couple months, just tweaking this inner design here and rigging up this piston system. And let me tell you guys, this thing is awesome. I played with TNT, Tactical Nerf Troopers over in Singapore, shout out, and those guys rock some serious long shots, and I came home and this is what I came up with after seeing what those guys could do. And it's fantastic. It's really fun. And just, this thing is untuned. I mean, these printed parts are really beat up, and just this afternoon, clocked it at 254.1 with just, thrashed O-rings, O-rings that have been rubbing against this little drill hole here and stuff, so it's not even a full seal anymore. When all of these printed parts were brand new, this thing was pushing out 280. So, the printed parts do degrade over time. I'm pretty sure most people who've worked with 3D printers know that. But if you want custom parts for like hot rod builds, we're going to try and cater to that community. And that's it for now. I don't think I have a picture. Yeah, just here. You can see the tip of the long shot here, that barrel. That's almost identical in dimension to the 1732 brass, but it's much easier to work with. It's way cheaper because it's made of aluminum and they're lighter. So that means when you cut those barrels, you can sand them true, you can deburr them really easily. No more shredding darts on those barrels. So, and as you can see, the power just speaks for itself. They're going to come in 18-inch lengths and they can just be chopped down. And that's going to be the initial launch of the workshop concept. So we'll also be taking in custom print requests. So if people send in an STL or a CAD drawing, we can turn it into an STL for you and print your part. And we have a few printers available. I believe this will be soft launched in spring 2018 with the rest of the stuff. And besides that, we have kits to look forward to, and we'll be getting back to you in another update.